I think, yeah, we're live. Okay, you did right.
All right. You ready to play?
Yeah, right. Okay, we're going to introduce ourselves with a song first.
With the song, okay.
Stage is yours.
May you have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest. May you catch your breath. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa, and may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa, well, here's to the hearts you're gonna break. Here's to the lives you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you've got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. And may you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Have no possessions or immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May you're educated, yes, as always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. May the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts you're gonna break. Here's to the lives you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways for love. That's kind of low. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you've got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all.
That was great. Thank you for opening us with a song, Ryan. That was lovely. And we, of course, wanted our viewers to have it all. So we wanted to give it all with a song first.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here. Hi, Amy.
Hi, and everyone. I'm so excited and so happy to see you all tuning in so quickly. I'm very excited. This is my first ever live. I have been on lives before as a guest, but disclaimer alert, this is the first time me being a host. Mistakes can happen. Even my battery can die. That had happened before. But we're all a family, and I hope it will be a great show, and we will have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. Me too.
And I think I have the perfect first co-host. Ryan is amazing. So thank you so much for joining me, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks, Amy. It's great to be here. This is, I think, my first live Substack with another person. I've done them on my own, but not with another person yet. So.
That is nice. So let me just briefly introduce myself and the podcast itself very briefly. So some of you may know, some of you may not. My name is Imi. I am 27 years old and I am living in London. I started my Substack lesser than a year ago, but it will be my first year anniversary on August. And I mostly write memoir-driven essays, but I also write poetry and fiction, etc. And what else can I say? So Beyond the Page with Imi is my initiative that I wanted to start for a very long time. I just couldn't find the courage. And if I'm not lying, and if I'm being completely honest, I was slightly embarrassed of my accent, but it is what it is. And some people say it's cute. So
I think it's great.
Oh, thank you. So besides that, as like most of you know, I share most of my writing free because I truly believe in healing through each other's stories, and I believe in access. And I love my Substack family. So in regards to my paid subscribers, they are like a big part of like the support that allows me to sustain the work that I do. So this is my way of honoring them and like offering them a bit of I can never say that word. I want to say courtesy don't mind my accent, so must all understood what I try to say. But so yeah, with a growing community, more than 2,000 subscribers, Beyond the Page with IMI is my initiative to allow my paid subscribers to gain a bit of more exposure on themselves as a creator and on their work as writers. But besides that, like when I did my collective archiving, we all got to bond with each other. So seeing all of you in the chat and just having these conversations, I believe it will bring us more together as a community.
It's great. Yeah.
Was that a good intro? Did I do a good job?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So if you want to introduce yourself and your writing a bit, Ryan.
Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to. So my name is Ryan. I do write under the Quantum Quill, and you can find me on Substack. And I write a little bit of everything, honestly. I kind of consider myself like a bard. And so I write stories, I write poetry, I write music. I do really enjoy kind of like weird what if scenarios with kind of like sci-fi stories. And so I'll write kind of like flash fiction for that. And yeah, and then there's a lot of kind of hint of spirituality in a lot of the stuff I write about. I had some things happen to me a couple of years ago, and so it kind of just changed completely how I saw the world. So yeah, that's my Substack. Yeah, and I do music requests. Play the piano and sing for people, and I'll do like the occasional live show. So that's fun too.
Yeah. I believe Ryan's music truly has a healing aspect. I don't know of like how many of you have tuned into his lives, but he's quite great and he has this lovely positive energy that he always spreads. So it's lovely to have you here, Ryan.
Thank you so much. Yeah, something that I really like to show with my playing music, and this kind of goes along with the idea of the fool archetype, is that it's totally okay to fall flat in your face and make mistakes, and let go of that, then suddenly everything becomes magical and fun, and everybody can just laugh together. So
yeah, I think it's always important to be the one who laughs first when you fall. I learned that because physically I'm also very, very clumsy. But in life in general, like making mistakes is a part of it. And it's actually where the learnings and the growth comes from. So that's a quite nice saying, I think, and a quite nice philosophy.
yeah, for sure.
So for starters, I'm not sure if it's too early to start, but what the heck, let's just hit it. And this is a trial and error episode. Think of it as a pilot, friends. And I see all those people in chat. Thank you for saying that you love my accent, Liv. And my dearest comrade is backing me up, reminding me that I sing too sometimes, which you can find it on some of my writing. Turn happy mistakes into trees.
Agreed.
That's a nice way to see it. Yeah, definitely. So me and Ryan prepared three questions to ask each other, three questions that we were curious about one another, that we wanted to know. So we wanted to start off with that. And then we have a little game that we want to play. And then rest, we'll see how it goes.
All right.
Do you want to kick us off or should I, Ryan?
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. So here's like, I have two more like serious introspective questions and then like one not so serious. So what would you rather? Would you like to not serious first or after?
I think let's have the serious ones first.
Okay.
Everyone also knows I'm a fan of introspection.
Sure.
So.
Okay. So I think the first one, I know you've talked a little bit about your dreams, and I'm a big believer in dreams. And so if you could do anything dream-wise and you knew you couldn't fail, your biggest, loftiest dream, what would it be? The thing that kind of scares you to think about? Is there something like that for you?
Like a dream as in real life dream, the thing that I would want to accomplish but cannot dare to dream of because it feels a bit frightening in real life.
Yes, yes.
Let me think. So like it's partly what I'm also trying to achieve here, but the entirety of it kind of scares me and I usually don't admit it to myself. But I would just love to drop everything that I'm doing about psychology and fully focus on writing. Because like I had like a bit of background information for people who are watching this as well. So I've done a bachelor's in psychology, and then I moved to London for my master's, which was in clinical psychology. At the time when I was moving here, I thought I would be able to become a psychologist as soon as I finish my master's. That's how it works in Turkey. But apparently, you need a PhD here. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's just like, yeah. But I'm glad that they need a PhD here because if I'm not lying, from my master's, the biggest thing I've learned was to how to write a great academical article. Like generally, I wouldn't consider myself as someone who can be a qualified psychologist. I gained most of my knowledge from my additional training. Yeah. So then, like, it took a long time for me to get where I am in terms of tools and other stuff that I learned through my trainings in psychology, but still, it's not enough. So, like, I set myself out for a like a military camp of trainings for a year before I started my Substack. I've always been journaling since I was 7. I only started writing in English when I started my Substack, but that didn't come too difficult. It felt too difficult because I've been taught English since I was 2.5 years old too. So that process led me to a severe burnout, and like trying to prove myself on a paper by sending out those job applications started to feel overwhelming. Until I realized I'm better at proving myself on page at another domain. So like into like my passion and like admiration for psychology and also understanding how the human mind works hasn't changed. But I think I would want to adopt a different approach, and not maybe like I'm arriving at a different conclusion from the answer that I first give. But my biggest dream that I would want to achieve is to just combine the Western medicine as well as Eastern teachings and come up with a healing technique through that. Because I feel like no one is healing, and that is partly something that I blame capitalism for. Because like it's all, yeah, because this all medicate. Were you gonna say something? Sorry, I just kept going.
I was agreeing. Absolutely. I agreed. Western and Eastern together because just the Western is causing a lot of
Yeah.
thing.
Exactly. And like I think like the medication history is playing a lot of part in that. Like it goes for both psychological illnesses and physical illnesses. Like as someone who has a chronologic illness, which is Parkinson's, I can say that it feels weird for like they know which part of my brain isn't working, but the whole investment is going to its medication, like curing the symptoms instead of curing the actual cause. And that is the way that it's working with the antidepressants as well. Because like antidepressants without psychotherapy works for nothing. You just end up using the same medication for years without actually healing, and then you just keep buying. So, but I'm not throwing the Western medicine aside. I think the things that have already developed there, if they were to be merged with Eastern teachings, I think miracles could actually happen. So that's actually my biggest dream and what I wanted to achieve.
Yeah. You made me think of, so I love everything by Alan Watts, and he called himself a philosophical entertainer, but he took the East and the West and kind of combined them to a format that was very easy to understand. And I agree that it's a stick thing with medicine, but also with philosophy and the way that we think about life and what's important to us. So yeah,
Mhm.
great. So I think that's a great dream.
Thank you. I just want to say hi to someone. While I'm so happy for everyone who's here, my favorite podcaster has just joined. I want to say hi to Marlana because like I've thought a lot about the lives that we done with her before I started ours today. So she has been also inspiration for me when thought of like today how I can structure it, etc. But mostly I thought of how much fun we had together. So big hello to you. I hope to maybe someday have you too. Yeah. Anyway, so that was my answer. If you want, Ryan, by the way, we can go sequences in questions. Like
Sure.
I can
Yeah.
ask you. I think that will be better.
Okay. Yeah. And we don't know what these questions are, by the way. So this is like just on the fly.
No. So I want to ask you. I have 3 questions,
Okay.
and I want to start off by the one that actually was the prompt of the contest that we organized with Stefan and Pancake Sushi Mike. I love that prompt, and that's what I want to ask you. So I want to ask you, what is the story that your voice is trying to tell?
That's a good question. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the story that my voice is trying to tell is my own story, and it's meant to be one that's inspiring and uplifting for other people. So
Hmm.
for most of my life, I was raised in a very strict, kind of repressive religious environment, and there were a lot of things that happened, and I really came under this belief that I couldn't trust or listen to myself, that I had to do what other people told me to. And so I spent like 20 years of my life as an adult just like jumping through hoops and trying to climb in the rat race in a corporate job and all those things. And then finally, like I was like, well, I've got the job, I've got the income, I've got the degree, I've got all these things. Like I have so many things. And I was like, I'm not happy, I'm miserable. And yeah, so I really had to reframe my outlook on life. But finding my own voice and realizing that out of everybody, the one person that will always be there for you is yourself, is myself. That's my story, and I want to inspire people, that anybody that feels trapped in a bad job, if they feel trapped in a relationship, like, you are able to stand in your sovereignty and take control of your life. And that's my purpose and message through everything I do: music, writing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very beautiful. And it's actually that's like a mindset that I adopted myself when I was going through a hard and difficult time in my life. And I actually thought of the same, like when my health was at its worst, life felt like something that I sometimes maybe even couldn't survive, not because I was gonna die, but because I didn't want to live. And at the time when everything felt okay, I joined the plant medicine ceremony. And in the end, through like it was like a interesting experience, but towards the end of it, after facing all of the emotions that I piled up then and didn't allow myself to process, came out, and it was like a very, very interesting and difficult and a healing night. But towards the end of it, the way I found myself, the way I grounded myself was like, with every dawn, in every dawn, I'll be the person who is just there for herself. And then with every sunrise, I'll again be the person who's waking up to herself. And whatever happens, no matter how lonely I am, I'll always have myself. And that is so beautiful that you said that too.
Mhm. Thank you. I did see a follow-up question from Marlana in the chat, so thank you for asking. How do you do that when you're still in that race? I think this is a question that so many people on Substack are asking themselves,
True.
yet so often. And I think that for me, at least personally, it's come down to a big perspective shift in how I view, like, I still work a job, full time, and it's something that I do to support myself and my family so that I get time to do the things that I love, which is, poetry, music. And yeah, I'm not letting it hold me back is basically the change now. Like, it's not my excuse anymore. It's just something that's there that supports me.
Hmm. I really understand about that phrase of raspberries. I have used it before myself too. And I have burned out again towards like while I had my own ambitions and goals too. What you said is really beautiful. And I think it's about in the end shifting your focus to what matters and whatever like whatever thing that had you start in the first place. So
Mhm. Thank you. Are you ready for my next
yeah.
question?
Shoot it. I am ready.
Okay, so we all are humans having a human experience, and we are learning things through our lives. Is there a lesson that you've learned that, if you could, you would take it back and learn it much sooner, um, if you were able to do that? If that makes
Okay,
sense.
it does. And that's a really, really good question. Let me just think it for a while.
Sure.
A learning that I would wanna
Yeah, something just a life
yeah,
lesson
I
that,
would,
like, I wish
yeah.
I would've known this 20 years ago.
20 years ago from now, I would want to learn how much I enjoy my own company, I guess. Oh, sorry, sorry. I think that will be the way, like, that will be the thing I would want to learn because earlier in my life, uh, I hated silence. I couldn't stand to be in stillness. I never wanted to be alone. I like being an extrovert helped me in that because social interactions always came easy to me and it felt natural. But I became very much codependent and people dependent, and then that evolved into me being a people pleaser. I forgot what my own happiness meant. Happiness of others like equaled my own happiness. And all of it just strengthened itself. The more I escaped being alone with myself, the more I couldn't. Until I moved to London. Like there is no family here. I have friends, but I think like living like a culturistic difference and etc. Living alone in another country makes you spend a lot of time with yourself. I'm mostly on my own, like during the week, like occasional 2 hour friend meetings. That's all that I have with other people. And I realized when I like stayed in that silence, stillness, and faced whatever it was that I was running away from, I found my best friend in a way. I was actually thinking of this. I enjoy my company more than anything. I sometimes even talk to myself. And I don't find that crazy because I am the person who I think, like, I think, I'm not saying this in an egoistic way, but for me, I am the funniest person I know. So I just enjoy my own presence. And learning that strengthened me more than any lesson could ever because I realized, like, people, as I think it ties down to what you said, like it's me who was always going to be there. So instead of escaping her, I decided to wave the white flag and just join in the same team. And since then I am a lot more self-dependent. Heartbreaks doesn't affect me as much. I don't obsess over people. I don't obsess over drama stuff. So I think that would be the learning I would want way earlier in my life.
It's great. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay, I would want to ask the same question to you actually, because that's a really nice question. So, what would you want to learn
Yeah.
earlier?
It's a combination of it's very similar to what you said, but learning to listen to my body, like my nervous system, and just what am I feeling, and trusting that would be something I'd want to learn much earlier. And then also just not doubting myself. Like you said, if something is funny to me, it's probably going to be funny to other people. I don't have to worry what others think. I can just put it there. And if people don't think it's funny, that's fine, you know? Just things like that. Like it's helped me be so much more open about who I am and embrace like all the parts of myself just by trusting what I think is interesting is going to be interesting. And you don't have to worry what anyone else thinks. Just listen to yourself. But yeah, the trusting, listening to your body also just, I find, especially with writing and other creative arts, there'll be like something where I'll like think of something and I'll get like chills. I'll feel kind of like this somatic, like I'll get some goosebumps or something. I'm like, oh, that's it. That's the thing. And that leads me into writing something that, is special. So,
Yeah. And I think that what you said about like if something is funny to you, it is funny to other people. In a way, it's like, isn't all like that's the point? Like for it to be funny for yourself. I think we are all living for our own sake, and it's just it should be about our amusement. And along the way, if people have fun with us, if people would laugh with us, that's great.
yeah. I have one more just additional thing that, I mean, it's related to everything, but just recognizing that um, everything that's happening internally within ourselves reflects on our outside world that we see. And so many people think that they're going to find whatever the answer to their problems is outside of themselves, but it doesn't work that way. It's
Exactly.
the other way. You fix it first inside and start loving and feeling good about yourself, and then things start fixing themselves. Like it seems like magic on the outside, but it's just this amazing thing.
I cannot believe how much I can believe, of course, but I'm just really happy to see how much we are aligned in terms of our view, because that's what I think too. Like, what's happening outside is only what's the reflection of what you carry inside.
Mhm.
And like, there's like a lot of stuff that I wrote about this. So that's a very beautiful way to put it. And I would say I second that entirely.
Yeah. For me, Substack, when I first came to the platform, it was for a completely different reason than why I'm here now. But I remember being like, feeling like I didn't fit in and feeling like scared to comment on people's posts. And like if somebody didn't like something I said or like didn't respond, then I just was like, oh, I had this like horrible, but I changed the way I
Yeah.
see myself. And I've seen Substack has become like my favorite place on the internet to just be with people I
Yeah.
feel very connected with. So,
Yeah, but I'm curious to know what was your initial reason then to join Substack?
it was actually for a pretty nerdy reason. It was for role-playing games. I was following a whole bunch of
Interesting.
game designers that make, like, games like Dungeons& and Dragons, basically. So, that was originally I also started a YouTube channel, and that was when I learned that doing creative stuff really is like a balm for depression. So I was
That
experiencing
is
depression
true.
and I started doing creative things and suddenly it was like I was catapulted out of my depression. And so it kind of just led me down the rabbit hole of being more introspective in general.
That is very true. And I think also creative has like an explosive bomb kind of effect. Like once you like whatever time the bomb when it explodes, it just doesn't stay in one area of your life,
Yeah,
I would say. I wasn't a poet. I never wrote poetry before I started here. I just started writing and then it evolved into fiction. I started making videos and it's just in a way of exploration. And I really think there's no limit in creative exploration.
I agree. In fact, poetry is something I only started a few months ago. And I will say, if anybody in the chat is listening and doesn't know how they feel about poetry, because I grew up thinking, oh, poetry is not for me. Poetry is magic. It's words made into art. And poetry can make you feel all kinds of amazing things, but I've just loved exploring and experiencing poetry. I love doing the haikus. I love I love tagging everybody and doing my last is your first. It's so much fun. So it's one of my favorite things
Yeah.
to do with Substack.
Thank you, Sarah. We love your writing too. Sarah says she loves our poetry.
Okay.
And also, what I also love about poetry is that I love its restraint because when you write something and like I see it in the comments too, like there's a meaning that it has for you, what you write, like in poetry, but the meaning is yours and what everyone can understand from is their meaning. So it's just enough a way that works different for everyone. And it's just shows me that how magical the words themselves are because like same combination of words can mean like for a lot mean a lot different things for other people.
Yeah. I've found poetry is a really good exercise in practicing flow in the sense that if you want to write poetry and you're not sure what to write, you can just kind of sit with your stillness and you can listen to what feels true and just write
Yeah.
what comes to you. And then if you go with that, you're generally you're going to get something better than as if you're trying to force, uh, you
Yeah,
know,
definitely. Mm. Yeah, oh, Monica just joined. Hi,
yeah,
Monica. Yeah. Okay, then moving on to my second. Let's just have it as third because we already answered like
sure,
stuff. This is like kind of an interesting one that I know. I want to ask a question about your music. So what I
sure.
thought of was that we spoke about your music and how it's like has this healing effect for others. I wanted to ask you, like, what is the message that you are trying to spread with your music, and like, what has got you to do it in the first place?
Yeah. So I've done music for my whole life. I sang as a child. I sang in church. And then when I got older, then I took piano lessons from the time I was 8 years old until I was about 18 years old in high school.
Oh, wow.
I did singing in high school with choir. I did it with the chamber choir or madrigals is what it was called at my high school. And then when I had that period of like just 20 years of doing what I thought I was supposed to do, I really put music on the back burner in my life. I would play sometimes in church for the kids, but on the piano, but I didn't do any singing on my own. I didn't do any performing. But then when things shifted for me and I really kind of discovered who I was and what I wanted to do, then I remembered that music had been a dream of mine in high school. And so I grew up listening to lots of Ben Folds and Billy Joel and now Elton John. But yeah, that's a big scary dream of mine is to be able to be a performing, touring musician and performing concerts and write
Oh,
music that my music is meant to inspire. I do like telling stories through music. I want to write music that makes you want to move, dance, change your life in the best ways. Go after, the person you love, tell them how you really feel, that kind of thing. Like I want to just make music that moves people to action in a way that like really brings their life into alignment with who they feel they're meant to be.
that's lovely. That is very beautiful. And it's
Yeah.
so amazing. I didn't know that you played like since forever, like 10 to 18 and
Yeah.
for long. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like amazing.
Yeah. With singing, it's more recent, just because what happened is when I had these changes occur, then we went to a piano bar in San Antonio. It was the Hell to the Moon piano bar. And I remember watching them and I just like had this realization. I was like, they believe in themselves. Like that's that's the missing ingredient. I haven't been believing in myself, and if I believe in myself, I'm gonna be able to do this, and so, it just became this journey of learning to do that, and there's music and singing is such an interesting thing because the way your nervous system and your body is all connected, it's very
Yeah.
much a healing thing, and when there are things going on, it manifests in your voice, and so for me, it's just been this constant, like, being as fully true as I can with myself, even, like, embracing the parts that I normally would have not wanted to explore, so sorry, there's just so much. It's all tied together too, like, yeah.
There is nothing as so much or too much. This is like our conversation. We're free to talk wherever our minds takes us.
Thank you very much.
What I wanted to say, because you mentioned like if you believe in yourself, you'll make it happen. That's reminded me of my favorite saying. Is actually like if you see yourself as a miracle and you'll actually become one. I
Yes,
believe in that wholeheartedly.
absolutely, 100%.
And another thing I want to also share with our audience is like that phrase, fake it till you make it, is actually true neurologically supported because when you think of doing something and when you actually do it, the same neurons are fired in your brain. But if like it's not in the sense, oh, I'm thinking of becoming, not like it's just like truly embodying that thought of like you doing something. And then when you embody that thought and think of it, as well as when you actually do it, the same neurons fires in your brain. So keep that in mind. While on the other hand, neuroplasticity is the way we learn things. And like that happens through repetition because like each thought creates a pattern in your brain. And when the same type of thoughts pass, they follow the same trail. And when they follow the same trail, it's like a metaphor that I use in my writing, but it's the ground, like your brain remembers. And through repetition, that learning stitches itself. So think and believe in yourself that you can actually do something, but truly believe and embody that thinking. And your brain will soon and like in time and through repetition will able to adopt it and actually stitch itself as a learning. So it will actually happen.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Yeah, there's another way that I like to think about it, and this is a little bit more mystical, but, they say that
I love it.
time isn't linear. So we're experiencing everything's already happened at the same time or something like that. But I like to think that sometimes our big scary dreams, the things that really move us, the things that we get really like strong emotions about, like maybe we also when we meet somebody that's really important to us. I like to think that our hearts are recognizing something that hasn't happened yet because it's all already happened. Like that's what I think
Um,
of in terms of, and then it helps you to remember the fake it till you make it. Like I'm already this person in the future, so if I'm already this person in the future, I can be this person right now. Like I can shift into that.
that is true. I like to also say being is becoming.
Yeah, being yeah, embodying is a great word. Embodying it.
Yeah, that's lovely. And I think like that's something that resonates with me as well. I love the mystical side of things. I'm quite spiritual too, actually.
Hmm.
So who was the last person who asked the question? I asked you the music. It's okay. You can ask me
First
one.
question, a silly one.
Yeah, ask the silly one. Let's have some fun.
Right. Favorite mythical creature. Just first thing that comes to mind that you love.
Like it's like a mythical creature. I thought of Shakti. I don't know if people know like Shakti and Shiva. Like, do you know? Is that like
Oh,
does that fit the criteria? Did I go far beyond? Like, what did you mean by mystical creature?
yeah, I was thinking like, unicorns or narwhals, like
Ah, okay.
like animals, but it could
Now
also
let
be a
me think of.
spiritual entity. Yeah, that's okay too.
I would love to say Pegasus. Pegasus, how this
Yeah.
pronounced that in English.
Pegasus, yeah.
Pegasus. I'm
Pegasus,
my
that's
favorite mystical. Yeah, that's. I think that was the first thing that came to my mind.
yeah, me too, actually. There's something about a
Do
white
you
flying horse
really?
that yeah.
Oh, that's such a serendipity. I like the idea of flying horses.
Yeah, yeah. I also like dragons too. Yeah,
Dragons are nice too. Yeah. What else can be? Yeah, I think I will go with Pegasus.
cool.
So my last question: there is a did you say now?
A
Uh,
narwhal is a whale with a unicorn horn, so that's what a narwhal is.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So my last question is to you. It's like a kind of a fun one too, I would say. If you were to win a Nobel Prize, what would be your speech when you get your prize?
Oh, I would. Let me think about it for just a moment. So I don't have to say what I'm getting the Nobel Prize for. I would.
Let's say there is like a new criteria that is the new like domain that is created for the best musician and writer.
Thank you. I
Like you're
think that,
achieving all of your dreams and you're giving a message to the world. What would that
yeah,
be?
I think I would express deep gratitude for being in that being this person, Ryan, playing that role, having that opportunity, and then I would also acknowledge that um, the light the light that we shine doesn't come from us, it comes through us. We just have to be like open to be a channel for the light, if that makes sense. So I would acknowledge in that sense God, the universe, the creator, the source. I would I that would be the reason that that came about, not because I did something.
That's interesting. Can you just elaborate that for us? Like
Yeah.
light doesn't come from us, but through us.
Yeah, so it actually came from a interview that was done with Madonna recently where she opened up about her kind of spiritual journey. And just when for music, especially like when you're in flow, you're not forcing things and you can't make it happen. Like you can't be like, I want
Like,
thing ever. And but when you just say, whatever is meant to happen will happen. And then I'm gonna do my best. And then you just like let go of that. That's when I feel like the light shines through you, like through all of us as humans. Like we are able to share that energy with each other, but we have to do it in a way that allows ourselves to be open to it, if that makes sense.
it does. Yeah, that's really nice. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So we're out of questions. So I think before moving on, should we do? So we also have a card game,
Hmm.
friends and family, that Ryan generously brought to us. If you want to just introduce us the game, Ryan.
So I have not seen the TV show that this is based off of, but I've heard other people that I've shown this to have been like, "Oh, I love that show." So I guess that it's on PBS. It's called The Moth, but the card game is called The Moth, a game of storytelling. And what it is, it's not really a game in sense of there's not points. What it is it's a whole bunch of prompts for storytelling, and it's great. So
Okay.
if you need ideas for things to write about, this is like bread and butter for you. I think we
Yeah.
not to make it a
Yeah.
official
Sorry
advertisement.
to.
Yeah.
No, but like we all know how much people and we all love prompts in this platform. So
Yes. Sorry.
there's like a prompt mania going on.
Um, so yeah, I think you can just get it like a Barnes and Noble if you're interested. But the way that it works is that I'll just shuffle up the deck of cards and I'll draw two cards. Whatever's meant to come out will come out, and it combines. There's like 350 different prompts, and then there's like a whole bunch of themes. I think there's like 100 different themes, and so you combine a prompt with a theme, and then you kind of just sit with it, and whatever comes to mind first, you just share like a personal story from your life that envelops the theme with a prompt. So yeah, so I'll do that real quick. So we don't know what this is. I'm just
Okay.
shuffling up the cards.
Thank you for. I will charge you for that advertisement, Brian.
Yeah, yeah. This is not sponsored by Barnes and Noble or The Moth or PBS. Oh, a card just came out, so we're gonna do that one, and then I'm gonna do one more.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm drawing this like I do tarot cards, which is if a card just falls out of the deck, that's the card. So
Yeah, it would
um,
be nice if someday someone did a therapeutic like cards in this life.
yeah,
Let's see.
yeah. There's some so I've had a tarot reading from Sam from Sam Spaghetti. She's amazing with tarot. She was like
That's
spot on
she.
with her reading. Yeah, she's very, very intuitive.
That's
Okay,
amazing.
so the theme for us is do-over. Prepare a story about second chances, wiping the slate clean, a magical joy of a hard reset, or the heartbreak of starting all over, whether it's an opportunity for a new lease on life or heading back to the drawing board. Tell us about that
I
time you
think.
tried and
Wait, that
tried.
was too fast and too.
Hard.
Can we just hear it a bit more slowly and just a bit more loudly?
So here's the card, but
Yeah.
I'll read it and I'll read it more slowly and more loudly, and I won't be
And
like
by the way, friends, we're playing this game not through creating a story, but telling a story from our lives. So yeah,
yeah.
okay.
All right, so the theme is do-over. Prepare a story about second chances, wiping the slate clean, the magical joy of a hard reset, or the heartbreak of starting all over. Whether it's an opportunity for a new lease on life or heading back to the drawing board, tell us about that time you tried and tried again or wish you could have. And then there's more. There's the prompts. So there's three of them. So it can be any one of these three. It doesn't have to be all of them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so tell us about a time you were wise beyond your years, a time that you felt like a kid again, a time when older wasn't wiser.
Interesting. That's interesting. Is there a third one or is it this two? Or did you just read it all?
That
Was
that
there
was
another one?
the prompts are
Yeah.
small. So the theme is do over, but then that's yeah. So time you
So
were
one
wise
is
beyond your years. Yes.
uh-huh. So one is about love and heartbreak, and the second one is the wiser older thing, right?
A time you felt like a kid again, or a time when older was not wiser. So, so combine those basically, a do-over combined with those things.
Okay, I have one answer for the second one, like the
Sure.
kid and the wiser. So I think like my older version is not wiser in relationships because she keeps thinking she's too much, and that idea of being too much. I'm talking like in mostly in romantic relationships because I like being too much with my friends, and I think they like me being too much. But like in relationships, I think when I was younger and when I was a kid and childish, I hadn't like I wasn't apologetic at all. I would just like do whatever I wanted, share my stream of thoughts as I always do. I do that now too, but I have apologized for it afterwards. And there's this constant idea of being too much that I'm fighting with. So it like increases my anxiety too much, and I think that is the older version that is doing the self monitoring and just like facing the society and expectations and being exposed to all these sorts of relationships that didn't make my idea of myself but impacted in that way. And I think of course I take the biggest responsibility in that. So my older version is too worried about being too much. My younger version is so like great at being unapologetically her. So I think that will be my answer.
Okay. And is there any specific time in your life where that came into play, where you felt like, where like
Hmm.
you had the realization of that, or where it really applied for you?
I think I have a very cute example that
Sure.
happened recently.
Yeah. Okay.
So, if I'm just, I hope he's not here. So, if I'm just sharing it very openly, I've just started seeing someone, and then just like like that, like from like all my previous experiences, I just had this idea that I shouldn't fully let myself unfiltered. But then we started to like we saw each other for like more than 6 times, and then on last Saturday, I was like. Um, I was just talking, and he was dealing with something on his phone. And when he was doing that, I was just rambling, really, nothing, no meaning. And he tried to pay attention, and I said, "I don't mind me. I'm just talking. It's nothing important." But then he said, "But I like it," and that made me realize like there are actually people who like the way I am. I always knew that, but it's different in practice. So that made me realize that I shouldn't be afraid of being the way I want to be with people, if that makes sense. Is it a good
Yeah.
example?
Yeah. I think that's great. And I like that example. I think it's good.
Yeah, in the past tense, I think, yeah, that's my example. So if you want to answer our question now.
You know what? It's so funny because that was the thing that came to mind when I think of the theme of do-over, and then it says, "A
Mm-hmm.
time you felt like a kid again." I actually think about, when it comes to relationships, I have a friend that, I've become close with, and, they say that friendship is the highest form of love, or yeah, the
Yeah, this
highest
is
form of
true.
love is friendship. I always mix them up, but it just feels, there's a tarot card of, like, a boy sharing a flower with a girl in the village, and they're just, like, hanging out in this garden having a nice time, and that's how it feels to me. It just feels like I wanna share every little thing in the world with you because I'm so interested in the way that you see things, and I wanna share the way I see things
Oh,
with you, and it just feels like we're 2 kids when we're talking, and it's just the most wonderful thing, so that's been
that
my
is
thing.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
You
lovely. And that actually, I feel like you're my brother from another mother at this point, Ryan. Like they're so similar. I haven't realized that.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. We can do a couple more cards because that it's designed to like you can do a few of them if you want to.
Let's do one more, and then I want like let's then you can sing the song that you wrote with Monica, which was a
Yeah.
great.
Is
And then like before we sorry, what did you say?
Monica's still here watching.
Yeah, and while she's watching, I want to like share a surprise that she prepared for you. So like, let's do one more card and then move on to those parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, I'll shuffle up the cards. We'll get a new theme and a new set of prompts. I'll try doing it in a different order. I'll read the prompts first this time, and then I'll read the theme so that you get it to, yeah. All right, let's see what we got. That's great. It's great to hear about this surprise. I know Monica wasn't able to jump on today, but I have.
Me too. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
She
your story
writes
is
I'm
great.
sorry.
Monica, I don't know how you feel about me sharing a little bit about your story with the song, but I just think it's really cool the way that it all worked out was very serendipitous. So let me know in the chat or if you want to message me or whatever, and I'll you know only say as much as you feel good about.
Ryan, I just like, should we, instead of picking a card, should we like ask for one question for each of like one question from the audience from the chat so
Sure.
that they could be a part of the conversation?
Yeah. If
that-
anybody's got questions, that's fine. I'll draw a card in the meantime just in case.
Yeah, while you pick one, if you have any questions that you would like us to answer, people, friends, family, we would love to hear and answer. And while that, if there's no, then Ryan will pick a card.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, there seems to be no questions, Ryan. Let's carry on with the cards.
So here are the prompts. Tell us about a time you tried to avoid the inevitable, a moment of kismet, which kismet means destiny.
Thank you for explaining that.
Everything seemed all mapped out. Oh my gosh, I've got so many of those. And then risk, prepare a story about uncertain situations, rolling the dice, leaping into the unknown, trying gas station sushi, do it yourself plumbing, talking politics at Thanksgiving, saying I love you for the first time and hearing thank you in response. Did you reap the rewards or feel the ouch? Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, I have like my answers already ready.
All right,
This
go ahead.
came when you said, okay.
Yeah.
So when I think I had my first serious crush when I was at high school freshman year, and this guy that I had a crush on, we were friends, and he kept like telling me like how much alike we were. We were very similar, and my friend forced me to tell him, like text him that I liked him, and they it was like this long message, and what I received in reply as a return was, "I can't think of a better than you."
Sorry, say that one more time because you cut out on me.
He said, like I declared my love that seemed like love at the time, and he said he couldn't think of a better friend for himself than me.
A better friend for himself.
Like I am just like best friend. I'm the best friend he could have.
Oh, okay.
And then he called me like he feels like I'm his twin from another gender.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and how did you feel after he told you that?
Devastated at that very like specific night, but then freed because like it was a platonic kind of love, and then like realizing that I was getting my hopes up for something that was never supposed to never was going to happen, was just like a waste of my time. So I just at that time I realized, instead of like trying to predict outcomes, possibilities, like trying to foresee what might happen, you can just wing it and go for it and see what actually happens.
Yeah, I feel that. And I actually, this is so funny. I mean, this is all like very applicable to my experience right now, what I'm experiencing. And but I believe that if we feel a certain way about a person, we should like almost always tell them how we feel. And because if you're worried that it's not going to be reciprocated or that you're going to scare them away, then you might as well get it over with anyway. Because why torture yourself with like, unless you like the tension, maybe some people like the tension. I don't.
I
Um,
sometimes did. I think in the past, I'm like there's a drama queen side of me as well, but it's just like so. Yeah, there's definitely is, but like that is also very draining to just try to keep guess and guess and guess, and when it's
yeah,
like the thing that we can never be sure of is other people's actions or whatever they're thinking.
yeah, absolutely. I feel that. Just I don't I don't like guessing. I don't want people to guess. I'd rather people just tell me and I'll tell them back. But yeah, I feel like that's a risk that's always feels scary in the moment. But and I've actually got a good story. The first one that came up to me with this of a time when I felt this weird compulsion to introduce myself to somebody that I'd never met. So there was a girl that I worked with, not in the same like department. She was in a different department, but I would always pass her, and she was really, really pretty. And I remember it was like there was this little voice that was like, "You need to go say hello to her. Like, you need to go talk to her. Like, introduce yourself." And I was like, "No, I don't even work with her. That's so weird. Like, you don't just go up to somebody that you like sometimes see at work and be like, 'Hi, I want to meet you.'" And but it was so persistent and it stayed with me. And so finally I was just like, "Fine, I'm gonna go do it." And so I did it and I just met her. She was very nice. Um, and then uh it turned out that her husband was this amazing singer. He had been on The Voice in the US. So he was
Wow,
really
that's an
and so
amazing story.
and she ended up being like and I got all excited when I found that out. I'm like, "I'm a musician. Would he teach me to sing? Like, would he be my vocal coach?" And she got a little bit weirded out at that point, and she's like, "No, but have a great day." Like, I could tell that I had weirded her out because I was like, "This is kismet. This is destiny. I was
That's
supposed to meet
very
you." And a lot of people, if you meet them for the first time and you start talking like that, they are gonna be like, what?" So, but for me, that was just like, even though it didn't work out in terms of becoming friends or getting to get vocal coaching with, her husband, um, it was just a sign to me that like, "Hey, you're on the right track of what you're doing with your music and singing. Keep going. Like, this is just a little wink for you." So,
Yeah, it's a sign actually. It's such a
yeah.
plot twist story, by the way. I didn't expect your admiration to shift to woman's husband, but that's a great story.
Yeah, yeah, it's kinda wild the way that it worked out, I mean, 'cause it would just seem like such a weird thing, like, "Go introduce yourself to this girl."
I
Um,
think following instincts is really important, by the
yeah.
way. Like it sounds like if you feel it in your gut, guys, do it.
Yeah, yeah, and usually if, like, you're arguing with yourself, like, something is going on. Like, pay attention to what's going on inside you, like, what part of you is arguing no and what part of you is saying yes? Like, like, where's that coming from, you know? Ask yourself those questions.
There is a story that very shortly that I want to tell you, like everyone about that. So we like our team. Like few months ago, I'm not a serious. I don't date much. I haven't dated anyone during this winter. But in the beginning of it, I was going on a date with this guy, and I just went for the sake of it because I had not. I was at home all day, and I just wanted to do something different. But I didn't want to go. I just went it for the sake of it, and I felt it that I had this inner conversation inside that said, "But you don't really want to go, but just go. Then at least there's something to like." Some change or like a climax of your date. And then I went to the date and of like following this like in the half during the half, I got my phone stolen.
Oh, jeez.
My phone got stolen. Like all of a sudden they're really good at this in London and they just picked it up. I never saw. Um the next week was very difficult without the phone. Anyway, so it's like when I didn't listen to my gut, something bad actually did happen.
Yeah,
I never saw the guy anyway, so it was never worth it. Yeah, I got a bit hostile towards him, as if like he was responsible for my phone to be stolen. But that's just my avoidant coping mechanism.
yeah, I understand. I've had moments like that where my intuition, like that's the other thing about intuition is it can be confusing at first when you're trying to figure out like, am I supposed to do this thing or not supposed to do this thing? Like, yeah, you usually have to be like, where's this coming from and what is the tone of the voice? If it's like berating or upset with you or like forcing urgency, usually it's more from a place of your mind, you know? So yeah,
Yeah, like I used to gaslight my intuition a lot. I learned that in the hard way that I shouldn't.
I think that's kind of just part of the journey of life. We're all learning to listen to ourselves better. And nobody's perfect. So I get it wrong sometimes. And even when I get it wrong, I'm like, I was supposed to get it wrong there. It's okay. Like, it's not, it just is what it is.
It's always like when you get it wrong, that's where the good stories come from. I feel like
Oh,
we wouldn't have this much to write about if we all somehow didn't get it wrong at times.
there's a pair of socks that I wish I would have bought when I was in San Diego. It said bad decisions make good stories.
That is a true thing to say.
Yep, totally true.
Yeah, that's true. So we have like last 5 minutes. I can't believe how fast this passed, Ryan. See?
Yeah. You said that Monica had a surprise. Is that before or after the song?
No, I just want to read you. For everyone who doesn't know the backstory, so Monica and Ryan recently did a collaboration. If you just want to mention the collaboration a bit, like about it, Ryan, first before I reveal the surprise.
Okay. So the collaboration is a song. It's called Still We Remain. That's the name of the song. And you can see it. There's a picture of like a white hand, and it's it's called kintsugi. It's Japanese pottery with gold weaving through the cracks. But the song is about what is left after people have gone through difficult times in their lives, after they've been through a period of difficulty. Uh, I don't want to say more if the part, because I don't know what the surprise is yet. So
Okay. So is this the one tell more, or should I move on to surprise?
uh, the the events with Monica.
You can. Monica gave us the
So,
green light. Okay, you
um,
can.
so Monica had the lyrics already ready. She's like, I wrote this, and if you want to turn this into a song, and I said, okay, this looks good. I'm going to change a couple words and stuff just to make it easier to sing and make it rhyme in a few parts. And the song had this like really sense of power to it. And it's one of the few songs I've written that it moves me every time I play it. It makes me feel just what I'm feeling right now, which is just these like the chills, like just this sense of power to this song. But what's really beautiful is a lot of my music is meant to inspire and heal. Those are the two things. And it turned out that Monica had an incident a few months before where she had been assaulted in a roadside incident. And uh, when I wrote this song and played it for her, then she was going to court for this woman that had assaulted her. And she just told me, you have no idea how healing this has been for me. And to me, that was just this really special moment of just like, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing to help people to live my purpose and be in alignment. So
Yeah, that was. Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
thank you, Monica. Yeah, I'm so glad you're here.
Well, I'm so glad both of you are here. So we asked Monica for to join this part to us for this part of the live, but she couldn't because she was busy with meetings. Which later I'll have her as a co-host in one of my episodes too. But she wanted to send you a letter, Ryan, and she wrote a letter for you. So I'm just gonna read that out loud.
Okay.
So Monica's letter to Ryan. Ryan, since I can't be there in person today, I wanted to share a few words. Collaborating with you on Still We Remain was one of the most meaningful creative experiences I've had. Those lyrics came from deeply personal places: grief, perseverance, I couldn't say that word, healing, and hope. And watching you transform them into music was something extraordinary. What impressed me most wasn't simply your talent as a musician, it was the care you brought to every part of the process. You listened to the heart of the piece, you understood what it was trying to say, and somehow, through melody and arrangement, you gave those words a larger life than they ever could have had on the page alone. There were moments during the collaboration when I felt as though we weren't just creating a song. We were building a bridge between experiences that so many people, building a bridge between experiences that so many people, the sentence ends there. Between, yeah, sorry, I just repeat that sentence. I just ruined the whole
It's
spirit.
totally fine. I'm feeling
Yeah.
it. Okay.
We were building a bridge between experiences that so many people. You helped turn private scars into something communal, something that could be sung, shared, and understood. The line, we are the core,
Choir. Yeah.
choir, who turned our pain into gold, feels especially fitting today because that is what artists like you do. You take fragments of human experience and transform into something that helps others feel seen. Thank you for your generosity, your creativity, your openness, and your willingness to trust the process. Thank you for honoring the spirit of the piece while bringing your own vision to it. And thank you for reminding me that collaboration at its best is not about ownership. It is about creating something neither person could have made alone. It is beautiful. I'm grateful our paths crossed, grateful for this song, and grateful for the opportunity to create alongside you. Congratulations on your interview with Imi today. That's so sweet of you, Monica.
Yeah.
I hope everyone listening gets a glimpse of the remarkable artist and human being I've had the privilege to work with. Still we rise, still we remain. Monica, that was lovely.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Monica. I felt your emotions come through, and that was just so. Yeah, I'm so grateful that I could do this with you and create this music. So
That's lovely.
All right.
Let's have the song now.
I'm just gonna do a quick sound check and make sure we're good.
Yeah.
Can you hear the piano okay? Yeah. And everybody, okay, great. Thank you.
We love you too, Monica.
We said at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. All right, here we go. We carried fire in our hearts through winter's dark, cold and sharp, through empty halls that knew our names. We turned our silence into flames when rooms asked for less, judgment said we weren't worth. Told to live outside our story from birth, but deep inside, beneath it all, we got back up, we stood tall. Still we rise, still we remain, still our names dance through the flame. And when darkness comes, we won't break the same. We still rise, and we will remain. Grief tried to hollow this light. It built a monument of pain to fight. But in this space that sorrow made, we find the strength that breath creates. We laid our broken selves to rest beneath cold skies, pieces of our lives. These hearts remember through the tears. Love comes forth to call.
Keep going. We just good. No. We can't hear you. There's something happened to the mic. Yeah. We can't hear you at all. Only the piano for so far. Okay, I think it's back. Let's see.
Sorry about
Okay.
that. Okay.
No, it's okay because we all do mistakes. We gave the disclaimer.
Love comes forth to conquer your fears. Still we rise, still we remain, still our names dance through the flame. And when darkness comes, we won't break the same. We still rise, and we will remain. Some hold oceans with dark skies. Some hold whole wars behind these eyes. Some learn to smile through shattered jest. They keep things buried inside their chest. Some love with open, shaking hands, losing what they can never have. We built a home from what is left. We made a shelter from our scars kept. Still we rise, still we remain, and still our names dance through the flame. And when darkness comes, we won't break the same. We still rise, and we will remain. And when the whole world says our name, we won't back down. We're not afraid. Everything brought us here, and now
We lost the mic again. Woo! Should we fix the mic or should we
the mic is fixed. I'm gonna go back. Sorry, it's because I'm doing.
go back? We are all loving it.
We still rise, and we will remain. And when the whole world says our name, we won't back down. We're not afraid. Everything brought us here, and now we know the way. No borrowed crown, no cruel voice could shame this soul. We are the choir who
We lost the mic again. We lost the mic again.
Man, this
but
is.
we still rise and we still remain, and we are not afraid from technical difficulties at all. I think that was great.
This isn't going to stop us. Let me go one more time.
Okay.
Farther away from my mic.
Let's go. Like we are all here for it. Okay.
And when the whole world says our name, we won't back down. We're not afraid. Everything brought us here, and now we know the way. No borrowed crown, no cruel voice could shame this soul. We are the choir who turned our pain into gold. And if the night comes back again, we'll sing back, we are healed within. Still we rise, still we remain, and still our names dance through the flame. And when darkness comes, we won't break the same. We still rise, and we will remain.
Great, that was awesome. Thank you for singing to us, and I think people like really loved it. Our viewers and audience.
Let this
they
be.
Were like,
yeah, just something to say. Let this be an example to you, everybody, that you can make mistakes and still have a powerful impact on other people in your performance in what you do. So, I was still feeling it, even though we had to stop and fix the mic multiple times. So.
That's so beautiful. And I think that was like, you know how you said, like, nothing in life is random. The lyrics say, we still rise, we still remain, and we are not afraid. Setbacks can happen. Life can throw you like 100 more miles back from where you start. Like, anyway. But what I'm trying to get is that it's just a matter of keep on continuing, keep on going. I like the example of a metaphor of meditation in that sense. When we are meditating, it is easy for our minds to shift to other places, for us to think of other stuff, focus somewhere else than our breath. But it's not about being all angry about yourself or just like it's not an opportunity for your negative self-talk to start talking. It is only a moment where you just gently pull your awareness back to the present moment. Because when you make a mistake, progress doesn't go away. And more often than not, it becomes better. Because if you make a mistake, then you'll have a new learning that you didn't have before. And that learning can only carry you forward. And in meditation, it's not about getting mad or angry yourself. It's not about being frustrated and stopping to meditate. It's about pulling your awareness gently back to the present moment and keep on going.
Yeah.
And next time, if the former time was 3, you're able to sit for 5 minutes. So I really love that metaphor. And I think it applies to many areas in life.
I agree. Thank you so much for explaining it. And I love that you're able to integrate this with the things you're learning and helping people. I think it's just beautiful to combine that into your writing.
Oh, thank you. This was lovely, Ryan. I loved
Yeah.
it. I can keep going talking for an hour, but
Thank
yeah.
you, Monica. You
Yeah. That was a lovely song, by the way. You see, thank you so much for for sharing and singing with us for us.
Thank you. Yeah.
Is there anything else you would want to add, like or say about your page or anything up to our audience before we finish?
Um, if my friend is
Subscribe, Ryan. That's what I can say. So you guys should subscribe to Quantum Quill.
oh yeah, yeah, subscribe. That's fine. I'm happy if you subscribe. I don't know if my friend is watching this, but if she is, I just want to say I love you so much. And I'm so thankful for you. And she knows who she is. So
That's good. That's great. So while our first episode that I was dying out of excitement for days is coming to an end, I want to declare my love to some people as well, which is an entire community who some of them couldn't be here, who like for those of you who are here, I love you all very much. I love everyone who's supporting me, who's staying with me, who's sharing their writing with me, reading my writing. And everything that we share in this journey, they're all deeply cherished in my heart. Thank you so much for watching us. Next week, I don't know which day it will be, the day that feels the most right. I have a guest in mind, and I think it's gonna be an exciting episode. But I'm very thankful that I had Ryan for my first ever live.
yeah, it was an honor. This was super fun. I'm looking forward to doing more of this with other people. And I may start my own just because it's fun to talk and connect like
It's
this.
yeah, right. Like that's how I got to start my own. Actually, I just couldn't have enough of talking. I just wanted to keep going, so I just said, "Why not start mine?" Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you'll be a recurring guest, Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm more than happy to come back on in the future for sure.
So there are just few people. Robert, thank you. You're very sweet. Nick has been very like positive and said nice things about your writing, and they are thanking you at the song. My dearest comrade, the stranger. I love you. I love you, everyone. I love Sarah. I love you all. Thank you for joining us and see you next week. I hope you had a good time.
Bye.
And I hope you join us next week again.
You
Bye.
too.